It says moderation makes us feel safe. What does it say? Okay, let's push you to the... Are we live? Yes, we are. And I wish there was a way I could cut this part out, but it's not. So this is what we're doing. Hey, everyone. Welcome in. Today is Friday, and in another series that I'm going to upload on the Lotus Reiki Healer channel, you're going to see that I am a little bit just... What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say that there's a lot going on right now, a lot of transitions and transformations going on within my life, and I do believe that this does resonate and ring true for other people. You know, any of you might be going through some transitions and some transformations during this time, and I know sometimes, let me say this, I know that a lot of people, for one, if you gravitated towards this channel, then you are someone who understands these things, and or you're curious about, you know, like astrological transformations or occurrences that affect our lives. Maybe you notice, give me a second, Jesus Christ. Maybe you notice certain things, or you hear about certain things and it piques your interest, or it resonates with you as truth, but you don't necessarily know the full-blown details of things. And if for my viewers who are not into tarot, feel free to skip this segment. However, because things are so like not in the air, but they're just you know, they are what they are, right? We don't have to put any labels on it. I decided that I would go live, killing two birds with one stone, giving you guys content, and what, you know, is there another part? And it's Friday, so I was just like, you know, and really start hoping to inform and engage, as well as to you know, help with what's going on. This message is definitely going to be for me too. However, I didn't want to be selfish and make it all about me. I definitely want to be able to provide you all some type of guiding light during this time in your life. So anyhow, we are going to do a reading today using the African American Tarot deck, and the subject is going to be what is going on for you in your life in the background. And this is maybe certain intentions that you're setting, or consciously or unconsciously, or it is like, you know, maybe your spiritual team is assisting you in ways that you're not aware of. Maybe the transits and the planets are, you know, doing certain things or affecting you in a certain way that you haven't been able to put your finger on, or you're experiencing certain transitions that you would like to have greater wisdom about. And so that is what we're doing. We have, I don't care what ways we do the piles. This is going to be number one, the amethyst stone. To get you some looks on there, the amethyst. So this is pile number one. Awesome. And this is pile number two, the evil eye, which is to deflect evil and to bring forth good luck, especially depending on the color on the outside of what the pendant is. And then we have the conjunction of these the clear quartz crystal and the black tourmaline crystal. And so the clear quartz crystal amplifies any energies that it's associated with, but it also purifies by itself. So there's some protection happening here, but we will see what the messages is. So I wanted to do a good, bad, and, you know, the better. Like, I didn't like the ugly. And so, give me a second. There is something going on up here. Like, anyway. And so I want to do like a good, the bad, and not the ugly, but like the even better, right? So let's get into for the reading for pile number one. Everyone who chose the purple amethyst stone, this is your reading. And so I got some drinky drinks here. Should not be drinking coffee after a certain time. This is so good. Okay. And maybe you need to drink water. I'm not trying to make this about me. I hate that my thing is in there. Maybe you need to drink some water because that was so refreshing. Granted, maybe I needed to drink it. And so, for pile number 1, those who chose the amethyst crystal spirit, please help us understand what's going on in the background for them. What is currently happening in their life and what is going on in the background for them. So maybe you could tell us the ugly, the good, the bad, the ugly, the truth about what's going on for them. And so we want to know. Let's start with the ugly, because this way you'll know if this is your pile or not. And then we will go into the good stuff and the even better stuff, okay? So let's hear about the bad, Wow, it's a lot coming out, Here, I want this to be in the view. They are communicating. It's definitely something I've been called to do, this reading. And I'll take what we got here with the world on the bottom. And so that talks about cycles. The world card, it talks about completions. So things could be ending for you. They could be abrupt endings as well, like things that you wouldn't have necessarily seen coming, or you would not have wanted them to happen if you had it your way. Let's see. And we don't have to make these short, but I do want them to be, something quick, just a little sneaky snack for y'all. Awesome. And so let me just say this. We got 9 cards. So this is about yourself. There is some type of, I feel like it is self-focused is what I'm trying to say. But let's move along. Okay. Yeah, like I said, there's a situation that is possibly making you feel by yourself. There's probably some type of fear. This is what I'm saying. What I'm seeing. I'm seeing that there may be some type of fear that you're having to face by yourself, and or you may feel like you are by yourself facing this fear. But I feel like you have a very good face about it. I feel like with this person in the corner here, like showing up to work and stuff like that, even though there's some type of like it's like a big deal. Certain things are going on that for you in the background that most people don't know about, but you're showing up anyway. And I feel like you're putting on a strong face about it. Yeah, especially with the King of Swords and the Moon card. It's like secrets, but I don't see them being like negative. However, again, I don't think that you would have wanted this level of change to take place. With this going on in the background, just getting a closer look, this could have something to do with the justice system. This could have something to do with your freedom. Right. And or something that is affecting you in a very passionate way. And or with a passion, you would have liked to avoid this. Like it's something that, yeah, like in the background of a lot of these things, the people are sick. Oh my gosh. And again, they would not have chosen these types of things that are affecting them in the background. But it feels like you are, this is for a journey towards wisdom and enlightenment. And again, I do feel like you're by yourself in this, but we will get to the bottom of, right. And I don't think any of us are alone. Anyway, I also see with the Lovers card that, like I said, you wouldn't have chosen for this to happen. However, I think that this is meant to affect the way that you do make decisions. Give me a second. Right, there's like a completion. And then we talked about the 9. You got 9 cards here and you saw how they flew out. And so I say all that to say that there is a message here about like a journey of self, a journey to maybe start new, things that make you feel passionate, maybe to act on things that you feel passionate about, but for some reason have found conflict in the opportunity to do them. Like maybe it's time, maybe it's just excuses, and I'm not coming for you. I'm saying that there is a journey that is taking place. There's an event or events that is taking place because of maybe the lack of making the decision for yourself. And so the universe, your spirit team, the planets are aligning in a way that it's making you, is forcing you to overcome this fear. So it has no more control over you, is what I'm seeing. Right. Right. Give me a second. Right. I feel like the universe, your spirit team, or like, just like, like I said, the cosmos are showing you with you facing this fear that that what you're fearing, like it's trying to get you to have logic over the things that may cause emotional fears. It's making you like face your fears. That's what I'm getting. You're facing your fears right now. Right, you might have seen this problem from the outside looking in as something that was, this big burly beast, something extremely like anxiety, like it gave you anxiety to think about this stuff. But again, give me a second. Right. It gave you anxiety to think about this stuff, and I think that whatever is happening, and I'm projecting, but it feels like it could be like the worst case scenario, i.e., why I thought, or considered that some type of like legal thing is happening. And so maybe certain things are happening with whomever chose this pile where you would not have wanted it to happen because in your mind, it is a gigantic obstacle to have to face. It is something where, it's the worst case scenario in your eyes. It is something that you would rather avoid. Another thing is, I feel like it's something that you don't necessarily want other people to know about. And so, but anyway, let's see. And this is the bad. Like, this is like what's going on behind the scenes that is bad. And I say all that also to say that the reason why this is happening is so that you can overcome it you can overcome the barrier that it has been for you from getting certain things done that you are otherwise super passionate about. Things that may light you up, things that may be even, I'm feeling very strongly like these are like give me a second. These are spiritual, high vibrational type of inspirations that you're getting. You might be getting ideas or have had ideas with the King of Swords here that, you even have the qualifications to do. You have maybe degrees, you have maybe communication skills. Maybe you have the certain logical vision, like perspectives to take whatever steps, to make whatever decisions, to do whatever this is. However, outside of your, or excuse me, inside of your comfort zone, you kind of just ignore it. That's exactly what it is. Sorry, I want to see the time. You ignore whatever this inspiration is, but the universe is saying that I gave you this inspiration. And at this time, the bad that's going on with you is the fact that you're no longer going to be able to comfortably avoid this situation. You have to face your fears. You have to face the situation head on. But again, let me say this. I feel like with the Knight of Wands here, this is something you want to do anyway, right? Which is why the Lovers is here in the World card. It's like this is stuff that's going to bring you emotional satisfaction. This is something with the Major Arcana here. This is something that like you're called to do. It's like this lights up your soul. And so avoiding it is only because of maybe worldly things that the universe is saying. Now you have to deal with it because at this point, we have to remove all the excuses that you have for not doing it, for not acting on this. Anyway, so we talked about the bad. Now let's talk about the good that's going on behind the scenes. Okay. The Six of Wands, the Two of Wands. Okay. Very good. Very good way to start that off. Awesome. So what's good that's happening behind the scenes, Spirit, for the pile that chose the amethyst stone? We have views. Hi. I'd appreciate if you let this video. Oh my gosh, if this is my audience, because I guess it is live as hell. Hey y'all. I thought it was gonna be private until I like finished uploading. I was gonna tell YouTube, like, don't suppress this, because you know how you do. This feels hot. Okay, so let me just shuffle. Calm down. So I'm gonna put this to the side, so because this was the bad stuff, like and not bad like, oh, it's the detriment. This is literally supposed to be going on for your betterment. So this is like the not so hot stuff that's happening that we wouldn't really have, ordered from Uber Eats. So now we're asking, what is the good stuff that is happening in the background for us that we, you're just maybe not aware of? So what's the good stuff happening for pile one? Things are falling out, and I'm just sure that that's because I was supposed to do this reading. Whatever, at this point. What is the good stuff that's happening for pile one? Okay, calm down. This one feels fun. Pile one. What is the good stuff that's coming for you? Yeah, I'm done shuffling. Let's see what this is. Hello. And again, if you're new to this, then great. I usually do this type of content on the Lotus Reiki Healer channel. So if this is something that you happen to be interested in, then feel free to find more of this on that channel. I am only doing this today on this channel because things are in a transitional period for me. And so to have to I don't have to do anything. To take the time to not only record a video, but to also edit it and upload it would take a lot out of me right now. And so I figured I would come online. We are, tonight we are experiencing the full moon of in Aries. And so this is the last full moon of September, and Aries is a very fiery sign. So you might be very feeling things intensely. You might be super fired up about certain projects or ideas or creative things to do. Maybe you're just super passionate about how you feel right now. But there is also a lot of new beginnings taking place. So, and by design, there's a lot of planets that are or were in retrograde and or in conjunction with other planets. With that being said, we're all kind of experiencing some level of transformation on a soul level. And so anyway, that is the reason for me feeling like this was a good opportunity to get you guys some content, and two, maybe just give you guys a message about this, on top of the fact I'm curious about what's going on with your girl. Anyway, so let's talk about the good stuff that's happening. Wow, all this good stuff. So the first card that came out was the Ten of Pentacles. So pile one. The good things that are happening in the background for you is we got the Ten of Pentacles, and then what's happening underneath everything is the Devil in reverse. And so that's not a bad card to have at all when you talk about good stuff. This is talking about releasing attachments to things that are, one, addictive, type of behaviors, or, maybe even just desires. Like you might, in this situation, have like codependency onto other people. You might feel stuck. You might feel trapped. You might feel overly influenced by things that are going on outside of your control. And so when we're talking about the good things that are happening in the background, this is what's underneath it. Is the universe is saying the good stuff is that our intentions for you in this space. Remember, we talked about cycles in the first one. The cycle that is breaking is that you're no longer going to feel the need to one, be attached to people who don't mean you anything positive. Like maybe there are people who benefit off of you feeling trapped and stuck to them, or trapped and stuck in your situation. There may be situations that you felt that you couldn't get out of. Maybe because of societal standards, right? So, like a 9 to 5, you might be switching with the Ten of Pentacles being the first card that popped out. This may be how you create wealth, create finances. Like, this is saying that there may be some not so desirable things happening for or to, around you, we'll say. But the point of it is that you are gaining a level of freedom. You are gaining a level of self awareness that makes you feel capable outside of the validation of others. Awesome. And so let's see what else is here. And so what is the good that's happening? So we got the Sun card, the Three of Cups, the King of Pentacles, the Ten of Pentacles, the oh my gosh. And that's the Page of right. Okay. So this is what I'm getting. Like we said in the bad, there is definitely something that you had an interest in, that you saw was going to be an opportunity for you to materialize something, whether that was a better life, whether that was a better wardrobe. I heard wardrobe. Whether that was a better, you know, way of making money. Right. It was something that you kind of dream about, you daydream about. And I think with it being a page, there is not a lot of experience that you have in this space. There isn't a lot of like maybe connections. Like there's nothing solid in this space. And so with the fear of the bad stuff, I feel like it's giving you the it's put you in the mindset of it's unattainable, and it's not. I'm saying that that's the mindset that you had been in the past. And so in this situation with the good that's happening is that I feel like there is no choice but to go towards it. There is no hesitation in this space in your life, like whatever these changes are, whatever the settings in the cosmos are, whatever it is that's happening in your situation, it's putting you in go mode. Like this Knight is the fastest moving knight or card in the tarot, and it's saying like there is no hesitation. And while you should be prepared with certain knowledge and certain like research and things like that, because you don't necessarily want to jump head first. Like I'm not seeing anything say like the full card, just jump in head first, don't take any precaution. So I'm not saying that. I'm seeing that there is this energy of no hesitation. There is this energy of seeking information, and or not necessarily seeking information because that's the Page of Swords, but it's like using the information you have. So you see the way he's holding this sword, he's grasping onto it for dear life, and whatever's about to happen here is just about to happen. But there is no hesitation in his stance. There is no hesitation in this person's mind. This card talks about moving forward fiercely, did I say fiercely, swiftly, and without forethought. It's just literally no type of hesitation, no type of blocks. I'm picking up very strongly. There are no roadblocks here. And so in previous settings, in previous settings, you may have experienced opposition in pursuing or doing or thinking whatever those old ways were. Whatever had you in this type of energy in the upright, there may have been so many roadblocks and so many signs to turn around, to see things differently, to do things differently, etc. But in this space, it's giving to me that there are no blocks, that all signs are go. Okay. And so what is the good that's happening? Collaboration, celebration with the Three of Cups. I think that you might be experiencing a lot of supportive people in your energy right now. Like you might just be gravitating towards people who are very cooperative with you. And that's a part of this, right? Like I said, all signs are goes. Like anytime you are, you know, talking to somebody, I think you're getting a lot of encouragement, maybe seeing or experiencing a lot of validation. This woman on this card, excuse me, is looking off into the distance, and she's, you know, and in the background of her is like this musical concert or some type of ensemble, and it's giving that you might be experiencing signs, right? Like the universe might be entertaining you spiritually during this time, and it is just that green light of keep going, keep going, keep going, you're on the right path. You know, we're here, we're a part of this, you know, experience with you. I do feel very strongly that this situation is going to bring you a lot of joy. I think it's going to be very clear to you why all of these things had to take place. And I also think that, because of, right, abundance, we see the bananas going crazy, not just in the forefront, but then in the background. And I was going to talk about kids. If you have kids alongside with the Ten of Pentacles card and the King of Pentacles card, if you are a father or a business person, because that's what the King of Pentacles talks about, if you're a business person and this has something to do with business, finances, money, I feel like the wealth that will be accumulated here, the wealth that is going to be a result of whatever this is, it's gonna go on for like ever. Like if you're looking in the background of this card, there's a lot of trees in the background, right? And you can see it. And those trees have fruit on them. And then you have these kids. It feels like you're going to be reaping benefits. And the Ten of Pentacles card talks about legacy. It talks about generational wealth, right? We see an ancestor here behind the tree, right? So for one, like I said, a lot of spiritual interaction happening here. Right. Give me this. I just want to evaluate the situation. So what's the good that's going on? Right. And so let me say this with the Pentacles cards, and we have the strongest, we got a lot of Pentacles out here. And then we have a Cup card and a Sword card. So this is taking a lot of mental effort on your part. This is also, I can pick up with the King of Swords in the first one. I could pick up that you're someone who likes to see results at some level fast, or you are interested in visualizing the results. However, the Pentacles cards here are reminding me to remind you that what you're working on will last for a long time. And with that being said, what you're working on deserves you to allow the time to pass however it might. With the Three of Cups card, you know, talking about celebration or community or, you know, what's another meaning for, right, it could talk about, I'm hungry, so I don't necessarily know any more than what I've shared. But it does. It talks about like unity. It talks about, you know, not necessarily working together. That's the Three of Pentacles. But the cup also mentions its flow. And so I feel like collaboration is definitely here with your spirit team. I do feel like, you know, being able to communicate with others is going to be another part of it. Don't be afraid to get involved with other people. Get other people involved with what you're doing, but not in a codependent, save me, or help me escape from this. Like it's more so you facing the situation head on, you doing and laying the proper foundations to make sure that this comes in the way it's supposed to, and you being patient and allowing yourself to become someone who is reliable, credible, and stable in this new space. So we said the good, the bad, and the better. Let's talk about the better. Because we talked about the ugly. I don't want to know about the ugly. We've already seen what the ugly was when we were tolerating this kind of energy. And so what is the better that's happening for number one? What is the better? I saw the Nine of the Nine of Cups. What is the better that's coming for or towards pile number one, those who chose the amethyst? So I'm going to take it. What is the better that is coming for pile number one? Okay. What is the better? Okay. Okay. Here, I'm taking whatever that is. Taking that. How many times are we going to... Jesus Christ. I'm going to do it one more time because I love the way these cards shuffle. Okay, and then I'm done because we need cards moving forward. Okay, we got the Eight of Pentacles on the bottom. And what I got immediately from that is doing stuff that you love to do. Utilizing your skills, right? And then we also talked about like the cosmos and things that's going on. So I'm pretty sure that there are certain skills that you have that are supernatural to you, which again is why those other things were not working out. You know, so anyway, so you might be using certain skills in this space that is going to bring you money. You're gonna enjoy what you're doing. This is what I'm getting for the better. And if that's, oh shit. And so under it, 8, 8. Okay, so you could be seeing a lot of 8s right now. Oh, what? What? I can't make this up. That's crazy. Roman numerals. What number is that? That's 8. 8, 8, 8. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm slightly becoming overwhelmed, pile one. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's talk about it. Let's get these together and then let's talk about it. So the even better. That's exactly what I thought when I saw it. I will flip this over right there. Oh, fancy. This wants to be in the reverse, but then when it came out, it was going to go in the reverse and I moved it. But let's figure this out. All right, so pile one. What is the even better that's happening? We saw the 8, 8, 8. Yeah, I'm going to turn this around even though we will acknowledge that it was in the reverse or that it keeps trying to go in the reverse. The even better, let's put this under here. So you could also be seeing a lot of 7s. Okay, let's see, even better. And then we got the 8, 8, 8, that's crazy. Okay, and so we said the even better is you using the skills that maybe, let me say this, I feel like there is a level of suppression that was going on in the past. And you could have been suppressing what these skills are. I heard leadership. You could have been suppressing these skills around people who were in leadership roles in order not to offend them, in order for you not to become a target of theirs. But with that being said, I do also feel like it is very possible that you could have avoided being in certain positions of leadership. Yeah. Give me a second. And we talked about the better. But my idea right now, my thoughts right now about the better that is happening is that that you've possibly built up the tolerance and or the skills that it takes for you to, or for the universe to have ushered this in as fast and abruptly as it did happen. Because I feel like you have the skills. We could say to pay the bills, like that just wanted to come out. You have the skills. And so everything that you're going through, you're equipped to go through it, especially with the 6 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. And do you see that now you're standing tall, you're standing free, you're standing strong and confident, whereas back here, that's not how it was, right? You were kind of blocked off and there was a barrier and there was fear, and it was, the 8 of Swords talks about feeling trapped. And so in this card, we're having the fear being trapped. And it's not even, let me say this, like we said about the the 888 cards. This is saying to me that even though the fear still exists, right? It's still there. It's not like it's poofed and it's gone. It's still there, but you are coming out of it in a way that you're more empowered, that you're feeling more confident in yourself, that you're feeling more self-assured, that you are taking your power back from this fear, from this big old, scary thing. Okay, let's see. What's the even better that's happening? What's the even better? So the Six of Wands found a way to come back out. And the Six of Wands talks about winning, experiencing a victory. And it's also being clarified by the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands talks about like standing your ground. You see him kind of, my bad, hold up. You see him kind of teasing. Let me make sure nobody else was naked. No, but we'll cover the Empress card. So you can see him kind of teasing here. You can see him teasing the fear. Give me a second. Yeah, so that's what I'm getting. The even better is that this is no longer going to plague your mind. Like there's so much discomfort, or had been, to this situation. Maybe we saw the devil card in the reverse. Like you might have experienced so much opposition when it came to relationships because of codependent mindsets, because of like codependent, the a tendency to attract and to entertain codependent people. Maybe even to allow people to make you feel small and stuck. People could have been able to play those types of games on you because in one way of another, in your mind, it was the biggest, worst thing that could ever happen to you, right? However, because the universe is making you face the situation head on, face on, it's going to change your perspective to a point where you're going to be able to tease the fear. Nana boo boo, you can't get me. Nana booba. It's just like it doesn't affect you anymore. I also feel like with this woman here in the corner, in the background, she's teaching people. She's teaching these children or these younger people, because they don't have to be children. She's teaching them and guiding them. And another thing is, right, so the Seven of Wands, the Six of Wands clarifying the Seven of Wands says that you're going to come out victorious of the situation. I feel like you're going to make this situation your BITCH. You're going to be revered and looked at as someone who is, a conqueror, someone who's a winner, someone who can overcome all odds, someone who was faced with opposition and came out in a very grandiose, right? Doesn't this seem like a grandiose, larger than life type of scenario? Like this is huge. And so that's the even better, is that this situation is never going to bother you again. And let me say this, we saw children in the good stuff. It's never going to affect your bloodline again. You're breaking that. So what's the even better? All right, and so we got the Seven of Cups clarifying the Empress card. And the Empress card talks about like creation. It's this beautiful woman who has the power and the ability to attract all things, who has the power and the ability to manifest without putting in much effort. Maybe things are like positive things are attracted to her. Maybe there's certain determinations this person has that it looks very graceful in their approach to achieving it. Give me a second. I see the owl card, so there's wisdom, and then it being clarified by the Seven of Cups. I feel like, wow, okay. I feel like the things that was holding you back from doing whatever, being whatever, for thinking that you could do it, from thinking that you could be it, I'm feeling like because the situation is going to be overcome, over whatever, you are going to drop any Um, Give me a second. You're gonna drop any hesitations, any ideology that tells you that that's not for you. Like who it is that you're meant to become, who it is that you're meant to be, the wisdom that you're, meant to share with the flowing, right? We got this flowing. There's supposed to be some type of air about you that people are able to become inspired by. They're supposed to be able to, you know, I don't want to say envy. That's not what I want to say, but it may be a thing. But I think if anybody is envying you, it's because they haven't overcome or experienced as many obstacles and roadblocks as you have. And so they are coming to the table with baggage that you're not coming with. With that being said, that would be so cute if I had Forever CocoChenel on here. Maybe in another one. But yeah, I just feel like you're going to have whatever it is that you want, you're going to be able to, uh, you know, vibrate on that level and create that level um, of experience. You're going to be able to create that situation into your life because there's nothing that is going to tell you that you can't do it. Once you see this situation through, you're going to see yourself in another light that you are not going to ever have the same type of limiting beliefs anymore. Yeah, I'm feeling like with the Seven of Cups, clarifying the Empress card, you're going to see anything is possible. And I don't think that there's going to be anything that you feel like you can't do. The Two of Swords, and it's clarifying the Knight of Pentacles. Don't nobody come in here. I'd appreciate it. Um, it says, please return to the end of your reservation. Okay, so the Knight of Wands. Yeah, okay. This is what I'm getting with this being said. I think that because the Knight of Pentacles talks about like, well, it is like the slowest moving knight. Um, right, but and it's also very analytical, very like over analytical. And I think that just goes back to what we were saying. You're not going to over analyze things. You're not going to think about the worst case scenario. You're not going to be confused as to whether you can accomplish what it is that you have, what you're inspired to accomplish, right? The things that the universe may be using you to bring into the universe, or excuse me, bring into reality, into the physical, you're not going to even doubt that the universe sent it to you, one, and two, whether you're capable or not of achieving it. You're definitely going to feel very confident into bringing anything and materializing anything in abundance, on an abundant level. Anything that you have plans to do, anything that you develop plans for doing, you're going to just automatically know that you are able to, I'm seeing, ride the bull. You're going to be able to feel confident in controlling the bull, maybe even controlling the bull as it pertains to certain hesitations and fears. So again, like we said, yeah, like we said, but even better, it's not to say the fears won't happen. It's not to say the fears won't be there. It's just saying you're going to be able to ride those waves and still do it with confidence and with the knowledge that anything, like there's not going to be any hesitations. On top of the fact, if anything takes some time to, flourish or to manifest or materialize is the word I want to use, you are going to have the willpower, the knowledge, the emotional tenacity to stand firm in your beliefs. No one or nothing, no thought is going to be able to say or play tricks on your mind like, oh, well, it didn't happen because it wasn't supposed to happen, or it didn't happen because you're doing things wrong, or you know what I mean, whatever those limiting beliefs are, whatever those intrusive thoughts are that may have prevented you from acting on the inspirations that you were getting from the beginning, those thoughts, those experiences, those fears, those attachments are not going to be able to have the power that they had in the past. And that's the even better. But again, for the good stuff, we do see abundance that is long lasting for sure. We do see people coming to celebrate you, to support you, And we see that any hesitations that you may have had in the past are not there. And so you can, uh, you may be building a business, and you're not having the hesitations. The hesitations are not there. The the opportunities to use excuses for why you can't do something or act on this is not there. And so let me say this, whatever it is that you're experiencing, that is the bad. I do want you to know that one, you're not alone. I'm pretty sure all of us are transitioning and transforming in one way or another. Think of it as a positive, because again, this will pass, and you're going to be a better version of yourself because of it. So take it easy. Excuse me. Allow situations to play out. Do your research. Do the work. Congratulations already. And with no further ado, we're going to go ahead and close that pile out. Awesome. So see you later, pile one. Awesome. And so pile number two. Pile number two, if you chose the evil eye, oh, it's really heavy. I love this crystal. If you chose the evil eye, and this is your reading. And so today, just in case, you might have skipped over the beginning part of this, which I hope you didn't, because now I got to go over it all over again. Anyway, there's a lot of things that's happening in the cosmos. I'm trying to speed by it, but let me just say it as if it's the first time. There's a lot of transits and planets that are either in retrograde or they are in certain placements that is causing a lot of transformation and causing us, the ones that are awake, the ones that are conscious, the ones that are supposed to awaken in this lifetime. It's causing a lot of transitions, and I wanted to say turbulence in our lives, but it's not all for the bad, you know what I mean? And so a lot of times, if we have not experienced, wow, these look very similar, don't they? Yeah, a lot of times if we don't have that knowledge, then we might see different experiences as a negative, as a it's happening to me and not for me kind of perspective. And so today, if you don't know what's going on, or if you just have questions about what you are picking up that is going on, that is what this reading is for. So let's talk about what is happening with you, or in the background with you, pile number two. Pile number two. What is happening for you? What's going on in the background with pile number two? I'm just talking about the good, the bad, and the ugly. But we're replacing the ugly with the better, right? Because the ugly is already the bad, you know what I mean? And so we don't want to talk about that too much. We don't want to give it too much attention. We just want to talk about why it's happening and what's, the result of it, and what's even better about it. So pile number two, I'll take it. Pile number two, what is happening in the background around you, for you, with you? We may or may not turn that up, right? Pile number two, what is happening in the background? The bad, I guess. Yeah, wait. Should we take it if it was in the bad? Like, I don't know if I asked the bad over and over. And this was in the reverse. Let's just see. What is the bad that's happening with pile number two right now? What's the bad? And I'll just take like one or two more cards. What's the bad? Okay. Anything else? Hold on. What's the bad? They are jumping into the reverse, child. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna take. The Wheel of Fortune card on the bottom. Yeah, so it's very possible that you don't see things going in your favor, like right now. I don't know if this is a situation that's happening, like a one-off situation, or if it's just this big old thing that took place. This was like a blockage. I don't know if this is a thing that took place, like one thing, or if it's a series of events. Okay, yeah, so this is giving I feel like you may have attempted to do something or to, keep something going. Maybe it was something that rested in your ego, because the Six of Wands could also discuss the ego. And so maybe something that you had your ego heavily based on is something that you have to move on from. Okay. And we did see the Temperance card and the Four of Wands card initially. And with that being said, the Four of Wands and the Temperance card. Right. I feel like there was a comfort zone that was possibly your house, maybe possibly a relationship, right, with the Four of Wands. Right. What else is a Four of Wands? Right. Let me say this. With the Six of Wands and the Four of Wands that popped out, it could be something you manifested in the past. Like you 1111, you probably were wishing for this specific thing to manifest in your life, and it did. However, it's no longer, I guess you something you had to move on from. But I am feeling movement. It wasn't taken from you. You had to move away from it. Excuse me. Wow, this is a mouthful because I've never seen that before. The Knight of Wands, the Ugly, and the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands. Something passionate expression, passionate movement. Yeah. Okay, so this is what I'm getting. I feel like your efforts are being more organized right now. Whereas you probably are someone who would like to move forward sporadically. You're somebody who would like to move forward or move through life, period. That's what it is. You're someone who might want to move through life in this way that is very unguarded, very unorganized, very spontaneous. And right now, the bad that's going on is that your efforts are having to be organized. They're having to be structured. But I am also seeing that there are discoveries that you're making from slowing down. And that's what's happening. Things are probably moving really slow for you. Or you feel like they are because of the structure that is now taking place. We just kind of moved out of Virgo season. Or have, like it was September at some point. Right, with the Hermit card. So you might be a Virgo. Or maybe a fire sign. I'm seeing a lot of wands here. So yeah, you could be a fire sign with Virgo in your chart, or maybe some type of earth sign in your chart. And I'm picking up very strongly that you are having to abruptly experience some level of structure that you're not necessarily you weren't necessarily prepared for, nor were you wanting to, like, you didn't organize this. This wasn't something that, but this is divinely orchestrated, and that's what I'm feeling like, is that the universe is, and it's just time for it. And this is what I'm seeing. It was in the, I love when tarot just comes together. What I'm seeing is the decision at some point maybe had been yours. And I'm not saying that the universe is using the situation to punish you. I'm saying that the universe is using the situation to wake you up. Maybe to what your potential is. Because the Queen of Wands in the upright is someone who is limitless, is someone who is able to create, easily, rapidly, and feels worthy of those things. You were not feeling worthy of those things before. Right, which is why whatever it is that you had, being that these are sixes, it's not even the 10. So it's not even the full range of what is possible for you. However, there was something that made you feel very confident on an ego level that was stripped of you, or that you had to move away from because you were comfortable in that space, right? You were probably in a hermit mode, feeling very comfortable and complacent. And the universe said you were not going to make the decision, so we made it for you. we had to change what was going on. So you may be experiencing some level of nomadacy, or right, you might have had to leave a level of comfort, is what I'm saying. Because the level of comfort that you had was not it was baseless, is what I heard. The level of comfort you had was baseless. So this is what I'm getting, and this obviously could be projecting. I'm picking up that there was some level of small victory that you had. I already said that. And it feels like you may have thought it was this big old huge thing. And you may have gotten comfortable in that space. And you may have felt as if, trying to bring in this organization of it, you may have felt like your work was done. You may have felt like, okay, well, I can flake off in this way and that way because what it is that I has set my intentions on is already mine. However, the universe has bigger plans for you. That being said, oh, these are all major arcana. Wow. And that's what I'm saying. So major arcana talk about soul level impacts, right? Soul level journeys. Yes. And so there it was, is a soul level calling on your life that you were too comfortable to make a decision about, to act on. And so the universe, the bad that's happening is that the universe is putting you, is redirecting you, it's putting you on path, that your decisions are becoming more organized. They're becoming more, I feel like they're becoming, we see some pinnacles here, but I'm feeling like, right, maybe they're becoming more balanced, right? Because in this space, you were very ego based. And I feel like in that ego space, because it wasn't even the full scope, it was very mentally, you weren't even reaching like the level of capability that you have. You in that space, you were not tapping into the wholeness of what it is that the universe has called you to be, or just your level of value, right? Because there's certain things that you want to do or have been called to do, but because of that level of comfort, you probably didn't have the this is what I'm picking up. So the King of Wands is someone who visualizes something, and they are like, mapping it out in their head, how to get from where they are to where it is. To accomplish it. I hope said overcome, to maybe overcome it. And so the Queen of, but so he's a doer, right? So you may have been doing stuff, is what I'm getting, right? Maybe whatever. And so then with the Queen of Wands more so visualizes, just like a feminine energy, visualizes. Maybe, like we said, in the upright, feels worthy of it, vibrates on the same frequency, allows it to not just work for it, but for it to gravitate. And so I'm picking up that there was a level of dis-ease, very strongly, right? It wasn't ease. You weren't able to move forward with these decisions or these actions. Oh my God. You were not able to move forward with these, with whatever you're being called to do in a balanced way, because you were not coming at the situation in a balanced space. Yeah, right? Like you didn't feel worthy of what it is. And so, is there anything else? Right. And I feel like there was a level of illusion as it pertains to what it is that you had, because Spirit was saying like that wasn't even a percentage of what is possible for you. Okay, so that's the bad. So let's talk about the good, and then we'll talk about the even better. I'll put that out there. Put that right there. Thank you, Spirit, for that message. Spirit, please help us direct. Whoa. I just heard in my head, and it's probably just me, not even. I heard, I know you see it. The Queen of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, what's happening here? Okay. Okay. Awesome. So, whoa. Alrighty. Um, pile number one, two. Excuse me. Pile number two. What is the good that's happening? Sheesh. I know that's right. Do we take them? We don't take them. What is the good that's happening for pile number two? I want to say pile number one so bad, so maybe there's a message there for you if you are someone who, you know, gravitated to this pile first. Pile number two, what is the good that's, you know, happening in the background for you? Give me one more time just to kind of see what comes out. I'm good. I'm done. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, bam. Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, what is the level of... Okay, and I'm just going to take it how it comes out. I'm not going to rock, paper, scissors. Okay. And if I'm called to turn it around, then I will, but... Okay, so we're asking, what is the good? And so the cards that's coming out, they're not really good, but maybe there's a message that we will gather. All right, and so what is the good that is happening? I'm seeing the Nine of Cups. So there's a level of satisfaction that is taking place for sure. Maybe there is a lack of like collaboration or unity around you right now. But I feel like you prefer to be in your own company anyway. With the nine, nine represents self. And then Nine of Cups talks about like enjoyment of this. And so you are satisfied with being alone. So maybe you experienced a breakup of some type. Right? This could also be a divorce with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And so this is something that maybe you were over, like you were tired of working on in the first place. The Three of Wands is clarifying the Ace of Wands. Right, because the Ace of Wands is the one, right? And that's what you were satisfied with in the past. You were satisfied with the little droplet, the little piece of a man, I thought to say. Whereas the universe is saying, think bigger with the Three of Wands. Think bigger. And even to the extent we're saying times three of whatever it is that you were originally satisfied with, which now I'm thinking in my head. I know that's right. So it's like options. It's abundance. That's the Judgment card, right? These cards are different than... And I'm just going to look it up so we can get the right answers. I keep hearing that song, I know you see it. So it wasn't me. It's definitely playing. The Justice card. Yes, there's... I'm not trying to come for you. I'm not doing that. This is the Justice card and this is the Ten of Pentacles card. Both cards could talk about like relationships. Oh, excuse me. This feels like a relationship dissolving. This feels like an ending of a relationship, and I feel like maybe there were relationships, like I said, that you didn't even want to be a part of, that you wanted to disengage with. Maybe you were engaged and the engagement was called off, and it was done in a way where, give me a second, where maybe things were going fast at first, and then now it's like, you know, maybe it started to slow down because maybe certain truths, maybe you started acknowledging certain things that, or your intuition was letting you in on certain things that you couldn't ignore anymore. So what is the good that's coming? What is the good that's coming? Right. I feel like maybe the type of people that you may have been attracted to or attracting. On me every other day, now he wanna call. When I'm on live. And so yeah, there's like a certain level of a person maybe that you were attracted to, or maybe that you were attracting, or maybe even, this is what I'm hearing, there's a level of like fate that you thought that you were doomed to. You know, maybe there was some type of uh, poverty mindset, thought patterns when it came to how you make money. Yeah. Whereas in this space, you're feeling like you're able to, uh, whatever it is that you are able to cultivate in your mind, you're feeling like, oh my God, sorry. You're feeling like you're able to experience what it is that you desire to experience because you're feeling unburdened. You're feeling maybe you're feeling like a real adult with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Like maybe you're feeling like a grown ass, that's what I felt like, grown ass woman, a grown ass man. Like maybe certain people were benefiting from you not having the confidence that you had in the past, like the confidence that you're gaining. Anyway, and so And so, yes, maybe certain people, connections, or like, environments benefited on you not having a level of self awareness, self fulfillment, because that's another thing. I feel like the fulfillment that you are coming with now, the good is that the fulfillment is not going to come from outside sources. That's why all of this is in the reverse. And that's why this is the only other card that's in the upright. It's not going to come from what you do in work. It's not going to come from, money. It's not going to come from people's validation of you're doing a great job or no, you're not, right? Other people's judgments. It's going to come from what you can produce, what you feel, you know what I mean? I'm also feeling like with the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Justice card, the way you handle things, the way you address certain things, it's not going to be burdened by the way that the previous generations before you handled them. It's giving me very much so fresh start with the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. You're not a beginner anymore, or you're not going to see yourself as a beginner. You are a full blown adult, is what I'm picking up. You are full blown, mature enough, and confident in that maturity to make moves for yourself, by yourself. Right. Yeah. And so let's talk about the even better. What's happening that's even better for pile number two? Hopefully we getting through these fast enough for y'all. And for me, because I'm hungry and my son just called me 2 times in a row, so maybe he really wants something. Otherwise, I have to twist his arm to call me. So that's childish. So I'll see what he wants in a little bit. All right, let's see. So pile number one. Wow, pile number two. You might have a message in pile number in pile. Whoa. What's the even better? What's the even better that's coming for pile? I'm gonna put it back just because when we try to come back out. What is the even better that's happening for pile number two? What's the even better that's happening? Yeah. What's the even better? I know that's right. What's the even better that's happening for pile number two? All right. What's happening for pile number two that's even better? What's happening in the background for pile number two that's even better? Okay. And this is going to be my last shuffle. Okay. I said what I said. The Knight of Pentacles and the upright, the Five of Cups with the Death card, as well as the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse and the World card. So this is what I'm getting. The Five of Cups. And so the even better is, this is what I'm picking up. I'm feeling like there's some inadequacy, the inadequacy that you had felt before, the fact that maybe opportunities had come and gone. Maybe because you didn't know what you thought you needed to know back then. Maybe because your focus and your what you were paying attention to was so altered by other factors. Maybe not being in balance. Maybe not feeling confident. Maybe having certain like I said, illusions in what was supposed to be bringing you satisfaction. Um, right, there's a level of dissatisfaction that you felt in the past, is what I'm picking up very strongly. But this is complete because I feel like, give me a second. I feel like there was a level of waiting. There was a level of um, a lack of decision that was being made. Maybe because, again, I feel like you felt like there was something outside of you that was supposed to be what you needed in order to get going, or in order for you to feel satisfied, or in order for you to bring forth satisfaction in your life. In that other pile that we did, like not pile like pile, but in the other um, you know, spread that we did about the good, the Eight of Pentacles is in the reverse. So I feel like whatever it is that you end up doing for finances is not going to feel like work. It's going to be something that is aligned with what makes you you, and it's going to bring forth finances. And you're going to be satisfied with what it is that you're doing with your time in that way. Here, I feel like, yes, there was something where you may have felt controlled by outward, external. Wow, that's funny because I've been charging the phone all this time. Anyway, there is a feeling that you may have felt that external. Sorry, I thought it froze. You might have felt that you were controlled, and or anything that was supposed to like happen for you was being held up by external factors. And I'm seeing in this spread what is the better things that's happening is that there is a completion. You got the death card twice here. You have symbolizing endings here two times. And so, I feel like emotionally, whatever is able to play on your feelings and keep you from acting on what will make you feel confident. So yeah, it could be that you feel confident, right? Emotions, feelings, feeling confident. This is going to make you feel confident. It's going to make you feel capable. The Seven of Sword or Pentacles in the reverse. Upright, it talks about investing in things and then waiting for it to come to fruition. Maybe it could talk about feeling unsatisfied with the fruition that did come through. But I feel like whatever it is that you're going to be feeling confident in and working on that makes you feel, that you're expressing yourself in a way that's natural to you, this is going to make you very satisfied with the outcomes. I wanted to say incomes that you're going to be making, that you're going to be experiencing. I feel like with the world's card, like things are at your fingertips. You have options, you have freedom, you have capabilities. You don't doubt what is possible for you and what you feel confident in bringing into your experience. I feel like with the Knight of Pentacles, you are also going to feel very smart. Yeah, you're also going to feel very like capable of analyzing the situation to fruition. So maybe other people have been able to benefit from you not feeling confident in your own decisions. Or give me a second. Or perhaps you have taken the fact that when things are happening slowly, that it's not meant to happen, or it's not going to be a good thing. However, I'm feeling that you're going to be very confident in your actions along this journey, no matter how long it's going to take. And with whatever is going on that is putting you in this, transition space, I feel like it is going to be taking place in wrapping up rapidly or sooner than you think. And so you're not going to be out and about in the cold of this situation for any time that's longer than what what you would have ordered from Uber, like Uber Eats. Like you would not have designed it any differently. You're gonna see why it happened. You're gonna appreciate the time that it took, and it's not gonna be something where you are depleted of your patience is what I'm picking up. And I do feel like and want to say that it's because of the action that you're taking. It's because of the mindsets that you're allowing to shift. Okay, so pile two, I hope that you enjoyed that. Pile three, and I need to charge this phone because how is it on 2% now? Maybe because there's a lot of power that's needed for it to be right. It's betrayal, that's why. Pile number three, and I'm gonna try to definitely do the reading with the same energies that I've done the other readings. I'm a little hungry. Clarity after some betrayal, possibly. Things going smoothly after having to end certain things, possibly. Yeah, with the tower. Certain things are not a good match anyway, that had to end. All right, let's see. Spirit. Ooh, hold on. Spirit, can you help us determine what is happening with pile number three in the background, as well as let's hear about at first what is the quote unquote bad things that's happening. What are the quote unquote bad things that's happening for pile number three? Those who chose the black tourmaline. What is the bad stuff that I'm gonna take that? Oh, what's happening with pile number three that could be considered like bad or negative? I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Am I taking anything else? Nope. The Ten of Swords wants to come out so bad. So you could have just experienced a breakup of some type. You might have even been a live-in relationship type of thing where you had to move out of the situation abruptly. You didn't have any previous plans to. Right. And so it could seem as if things are not going your way, is what I'm seeing. The bad. And again, we're not just talking about negative stuff just to have negative stuff to talk about. We are discussing the good, or excuse me, the good, the bad, and the better of what changes or what's going on in the background with, your life right now. Right. It could be because these cards are in the reverse. It could be that you're having a hard time reconciling the fact that these changes are happening, that you're having to move on from, a level of betrayal or maybe a repetitive, occurrence. And it's like a repetitive situation that you would not have wanted to happen, but it has happened and it's happened again. And so you could have been moving homes. Yeah, I definitely see that as something you would not have wanted to happen. Um, right, with the Nine of Pentacles, you could just be single, or you could just, have everything you need, or be seen as someone who has it all together, and things are just out of your control. So maybe someone or people on the outside see you as someone who has a lot of things under control, but internally you're not feeling like you have that control. Right. Yeah. But I see that you're very focused. This is also what I'm going to say. I feel like you might be choosing a career path that is not bringing in income right now. And that could be projection. My bad. My bad. Right. That's how I feel. Like maybe your customers are not working with you. Maybe you feel like maybe previous, let me not plant seeds. Right. I feel like you're sitting on inventions and creativities because you might be hesitant to feel like people will, how will they discover you? You might be held up on how will you get this out? How will it go if you got it out? How will people you know, perceive you if what you're working on right now comes out. So again, I feel like you might be holding yourself back. You may be saving and, you know, not feeling so hot about spending, even though you are showing up as very abundant. What is the bad is what I'm trying to figure out. I feel like you could feel like you are a manifester, you are powerful, you are capable. However, I feel like whatever did happen, the bad, is making you feel or made you feel or was an evidence of the fact that that's not how it works, because this thing happened, but you wouldn't have wanted it to happen. In fact, if you had it your way as the magician, hold on. As the magician, if you had it your way, this would not have happened. And so it's making you, it could make you feel like, well, I didn't want to experience this ending. So if I'm so powerful and this is nothing, why is this happening? And so you could be feeling incomplete, you know, and that's whether it's because of an action that you took or you know, things that just kind of unfolded, or a relationship that has ended. The bad, the bad. And so maybe you are doing things that you don't necessarily want to do for money right now. Or maybe you are doing things that you like. This is what I'm getting. It's making you push yourself to certain limits that you didn't know that you could. Because the way that you would have decided to do it would have, sorry. When you had the choice is what I'm getting. When you had the choice to, on your own, to do something, it was not, maybe it wasn't to the full extent that it could have been done. Maybe you were holding yourself back by moving forward on those projects or those, you know, things. But it wasn't the full extent of what you're capable of. And so what this is showing me is that it's calling on to you. The situation is calling on to you to be more inventive, to be more confident and enthusiastic about what you're putting out, to feel more capable, and maybe even to put you in a position where you have no other choice. Yeah, maybe you were in a space where you were relying on other people to do X, Y, and Z, or you felt like you had all the time in the world to do it. And Spirit is like, no. In fact, we're so tired of this same situation that we're gonna create some type of, you know, abrupt ending. We saw the Tower card, right? It wasn't founded on anything. So let's move on from this. So let's talk about the good that's coming from this, or just whatever Spirit wants to bring up about the good that's happening in the background. Baby, I'm hungry. This woman offered me her the rest of her sandwich, and while that is so adorable, that's so unsanitary. Spirit, let's talk about here. Now they're in the upright. Let's talk about the good that's happening in the background for pile number 3. Pile number 3, what's the good? What's the good that's happening in the background for pile number 3? What's the good stuff that's happening for pile number 3? Oh, okay. What's the good stuff that's happening for pile number 3? Oh, I'm going to take it off. Do I want to take it off? Yep. That's it, but that's it. 5 of Swords in the reverse. Right. I feel like in that space, that means that there is no competition in what you're doing. And even if there are people who also do what you're doing, you're not seeing them as competition. You're literally focused on yourself so deeply right now. And that's the good that's happening. Maybe you were distracted up there again because you thought maybe you were watching other people do it, comparing yourself to them, maybe waiting for somebody to drop the ball. I'm not saying that. I don't see that. But I'm saying like maybe there was something that was so outwardly focused that you were not inwardly focused enough. But now you don't see anybody. It is really just you against you. Come on, bro. I gotta put this thing on a charger because the next step is it gonna be turning off here. The what's going on, right? No competition. Right. I feel like let me go put this thing on the charger. Hold on. So I'm going to take this out of here. And I'm going to put this in here. I gotta move, y'all. Here. Let us be doing it this way. Is it gonna work? Here. Should it? It should, but will it? Here. No, girl, that is not how that's gonna work. Here. There. But it still has to stand up. Work with me and not against me. Thank you guys for your patience. I think we got something. I think we got one. Okay. Boop. All right. Perfecto. Awesome. Love how easily and effortlessly, I guess there was some effort, how easy my efforts pay off. My efforts pay off easily and effortlessly. Try that affirmation on. See how that works for you. Awesome. And so, this fell down. Hold on. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about it. And so this is the good stuff that's happening. Like I said, you're not seeing any competition. You're not seeing nobody. Nobody is seeing you. You feel very strong and capable in what it is that you're doing. The queen, the high priestess is someone who sees between veils. Maybe even between shadows or the 3D and the 5D. So I feel like you are someone who is uh aware of what intuition, like you have an intuition about things and you're being led by it, you're allowing yourself to be led by it, and you are taking certain actions that reinforce the messages that you're getting, like it yeah. Anything else? The good stuff that's happening, girl, do not do too much. The good stuff that is happening with the three with the Empress card in the reverse, clarifying the six of pen. I'm sorry, I'm tired, y'all. The I'm not tired. I'm hungry. I'm fatigued. And that's another thing. It's like you're able to pinpoint exactly, and you see what this Emperor is doing. He's pinpointing. He's pointing. He's calling things directly out. You're able to see things for exactly what they are, and that's the good stuff that's happening. Is that you're not going to be bogged down and tied down by the perceptions that you've had in the past, or the perceptions of what you're capable of, or what's going on around you. Um, the good stuff. I feel like there are certain things with the Empress card in the reverse and the Six of Swords card here in the reverse. I feel like there are certain things that were able to entice you. Yeah, it was able to get you off of your emotional rocker and off of like distractions. It was able to distract you and move you towards another kind of you know objective to focus on. But in this space, in this season, based off of the bad that has taken place, you are not easily distracted anymore. And again, it looks like you're starting to understand and see things for what they are. So when things are coming up, people are coming up, ideas are coming up, you're able to see things as an opportunity or a distraction. No, things are not able to just rock your boat as easily as they have been able to in the past. What else is the good stuff that's happening? Seven of Wands. And I totally get that tarot is not everybody's thing. I'm seeing Anyway, the views going up and down. I totally get that. This reading specifically is to provide content the way that I say I'm going to provide it, which is on every Friday and every Sunday. And again, where I am experiencing certain changes that is making it very impractical for me to sit down, record a video, and to edit it. So I figure coming on live, giving you guys a video is the way that is going to best be able to meet the mission, which is to post consistently. And if you are interested in this type of content, I do post this content on the Lotus Ricky Healer channel. Otherwise, this is not a consistent type of content that will be on Forever CocoChenel. It is literally to engage with you guys, to provide you guys some answers, maybe because you're experiencing certain changes. Feel free to wait till I finish this so that you can pick a pile yourself that is tailored towards the answers that you need. And then, kind of benefit from that. But again, this is just for content purposes for those who will benefit and do enjoy this type of stuff. And we will be back to uploads. I have certain ideas that, again, once I'm a little more set and stable, I will start to record those. And I'm super excited to do that. It just was last minute. And I'm inspired also to get this information to you because tonight is the full moon in Aries. And there's a lot of other things that's happening with the planets. And so we might be going through changes. We might be going through different shakeups that we don't understand why these things are happening, but they're all happening for a reason, whether it's in an ugly wrapping, everything in it is a gift. So this is what we're talking about, is the good, the bad, and the better that is going on in the background that we may not be able to pinpoint. So anyway, let's continue with pile number 3. What is the good that's going on in the background for you? And so we did discuss that you're able to not be as easily distracted by enticing things. Like distractions are not going to be easily able to distract you because you are very grounded and secure in yourself. And I feel like you're also very intuitive and using your intuition a lot more. And so you're able to decipher what is going to get you towards your goal and what is going to take your attention off of your goal. And I just feel like you are making the conscious decisions that are aligned with where you want to go. Versus perhaps being unorganized or, feeling, that you needed what was I gonna say? Outwardly assistance, like you needed someone outside of yourself to put you in these positions. You're feeling more confident, you're feeling more capable, you're understanding, maybe even media, music, and people's messages. If they're saying X, Y, and Z, you're able to say, oh, you're projecting. Or you're able to say, maybe this thought, no, this thought is who I was in the past. This thought is a low vibrational thought. This thought is not mine. What's the good stuff that's happening? I feel like there is an emotional win. There's an emotional win that's on its way. There's a victory that's going to take place. It's going to make you feel very good and very strong and very capable. It's going to reinforce all of the things that you are understanding right now. All of the things that the universe is kind of putting in your experience that we discussed in the bad. It's going to be a result, a reward from you taking on this new way of thinking, this new understanding. It's going to be a victory for whatever battle you are experiencing. So expect that. And I feel like you're going to feel very emotionally, obviously good about it, but I'm also feeling like it's going to reinforce how good you feel about yourself. It's going to reinforce how good you maybe even emotionally feel, period. Like you're not going to feel harsh, negative feelings. You're going to have very positive emotions towards this. I also feel like you're not going to be in your ego about it, or it's going to be a very balanced, because you've experienced the harshness. And right, what's that saying? It's like, you didn't get the elevator, you had to take the stairs. So you're not going to be in these situations and in these positions, because these are positions, right? They're sitting, the emperor, excuse me, the high priestess is sitting on a throne with some scrolls in between realms. The emperor is on top of a throne, but it's not even on a king status. It's on like a combination of all the kings. It's on that type of status. So this is on a solid foundation level that you have come to. So there is, for one, nobody who could take it from you, especially if they didn't give it to you. But two, like, you've earned this so much so that you know what the ground level looks like. So you'll never be able to, like, one, play it small ever again, but two, you'll never have to feel like, oh, this could be taken from me, because you've done the work to bring it to you in the first place. You're doing this. Okay, what's the good? We said the right. Right, and that's what I'm getting. You're not going to have to defend your position here. You're not going to have to, nobody's going to be able to take it from you. Nobody's going to even be able to ignore it. And nobody is going to you're not going to ever have to be in defense of how you got to what you have, because you have the scars. I want to cry. You have the wounds that put you in this position. So nobody is going to be able to look at you like, oh, that person must have done X, Y, and Z to get where they are, or that person only has X, Y, and Z because they know such and such, or, oh, that person's just so lucky. Like, this is work. This is work. You may have been lucky in this stage, but when you get to what the good is of the situation, why all of this is happening to you, it's very clear that you've done the work. You bit the bullets. You went through the war. You had victory over the battles that you experienced. There is no silver spoon. There is no handout. You didn't take any shortcuts. Right. The good. And I think that that's what this is saying too, is like, no one's going to be able to sleep on you after this. No one's going to be able to say, oh, such and such went the easy route to get to where they are. Like, that's out. Nobody, like, rumors and me even bringing up people speaking negatively against you, like, whether these are your own thoughts, like, oh, I don't know if I'm capable, I don't know if I could do this, maybe the calling was wrong, like maybe I interpreted whatever calling I thought on my life as wrong. No. And you're going to be able to decipher, that's not true, that's not real, that's not but also people are going to be able, if anybody has your name in their mouth and they're running your name through the mud, talking about, oh, you only got X, Y, and Z because such and such, or because whatever, that's done. That's a done data at this one, from this space that you're in. The good stuff that's going to come from it is that people are going to know for a fact that you've done the work, you are victorious, and that you're so incredibly, strong, determined. So, determined to win. Like, all right, all right. Okay, awesome. All right, so this is the last spread for this reading, and this is talking about the even better. The even better. What is the even better, right? The good, the bad, the good, the bad, and the better, right? So this is the even better. What is the even better? This wants to come out. I know that's right. I don't want to take that one, but I knew that one. Awesome. What's the even better that's happening with Power 3? Those who chose the crystal, they're both crystals. The clear quartz and the, I want to turn it this way. Ooh. The clear quartz and the black tourmaline. What is the even better that is going on for them in the background? That's happening for them in the background. What is the even better that's happening for pile number? Whoa, that wanted to turn around. And I'm going to let it. And I'm going to let it. And I'm going to let it. Okay. Pile number 3. What is the even better that's happening for you? Okay. And we'll take in account that it did fall on the floor. I'm just going to shuffle. I love the way these cards shuffle. I'll take that one. I'll take this. What's happening? No more anxiety about this. That's for sure. No more fear. You're not going to be trapped in the fear about it anymore. But we talked about that. So the first card that came out when I asked was the 9 of Cups. I say that to say that there's a genuine happiness that's going to be happening within you. We talked about the emotions and feeling like a winner, feeling victorious, feeling mature and things like that. Like there is a okay. There is a feeling of pure happiness that's happening here. Right, like a oneness with self. Definitely. I even feel like with those cards, right? We have the Emperor and the High Priestess, and in this card we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Hierophant card, which is supposed to be the counterpart to the High Priestess. So it could talk about like some type of connection, which I haven't seen anything else. Or you may have experienced some type of separation, what we determined in the first, the bad part. And so there is going to be some opportunity to have a renewed, fresh take on romance or of connection. But it's going to come from someone who is equally mature as you, who is someone who is equally spiritually evolved and involved. Um, and someone who could pour into you. But I'm seeing very right, because maybe in that first ugly, the bad part is maybe someone was juggling you and making you a third party, or one of their options. And so in this space, I'm seeing that again, nobody's going to be able to put baby in a corner. Nobody's going to be able to put you on the side because you have earned your stripes. You are someone who the grass is greener on the side that you're on. And so nobody's going to dare play with your time when they have your time, or your attention. But I'm feeling like you're going to be very self-sufficient, but also very self-satisfied, with how far you've come, with how far you've come, but with what you're capable of. I feel like you're gonna feel very exalted in yourself, very like you're gonna see yourself, instead of wishing and hoping that other people come in and do what you do for you, what you can do for you. Instead of hoping that someone comes in to save you, I'm seeing you feeling very confident about what it is that you bring to the table. I feel like you are someone who is going to be able to pour into yourself very easily, in a way that you'll be very satisfied with what it is that you have produced for yourself. And you're not going to feel like the competition. There is no competition. There is no, right, you're not seeing anybody outside of you. It's not going to be a comparison thing. I feel like you're going to see yourself the way that the universe sees you. You're going to see yourself in a way that is highly valuable, is what I'm going to say. I said, what is the even better that's coming? The 10 of Swords in the reverse, which talks about like a hesitation to close out old chapters. Oh, nice. I'm still looking into it. So this is what I saw for that part, and then we'll keep it going. I feel like there are some occurrences or some situations, right? Like the previous, like the bad stuff. Whatever happened to you that was quote unquote bad, I feel like you're going to be learning from the situation. You're going to take a studiante. You're going to be taking a more learning type of perspective on it. Like you're going to be someone who is like, what can I learn from this situation? What can I learn from situations like this? You're going to possibly, with the Hierophant card, above those cards, you're possibly going to be a teacher for these types of things. You're going to be telling people what you learned from it. Uh, Maybe even encouraging people to learn from the hardships that they experience. Give me a second. Right, right. Okay, so this is all of that. Perfect. Okay. Give me a second. This is what I feel like. I feel like you're someone who sees things very differently than those around you. And I feel like certain people may experience the same things that you have experienced. However, the lessons that you have been able to gain and the elevation you've been able to, experience because of the way you view things has put you in a place where, like I said, you're seen as, and this isn't just you seeing yourself as this is other people seeing you as these things. And so you might be seeing, excuse me, people are seeing you as very grandiose in the oracle with the combination of the high priestess card, the emperor card, and the hierophant card. People are seeing you or going to see you as someone who is so divinely guided and connected and so in tune and intuitive that I think that you're going to be able to gain those listeners. You're going to be able to, one, pour into certain people and them to experience the, for one, you to be a very calming, nurturing energy to be around, but also for you to be able to teach others in a way that is going to be effective to their learning, into their lives. It's going to make an impact on them. Right, with this card in the reverse, you're definitely going to be able to easily, with the Hierophant card, easily be able to speak to people's anxieties. And it's not going to be draining for you to tell people the lessons you've learned in the ways in which they need to release what they're experiencing, because the death card is here, as well as the temperance card, and I am picking up from that people are experiencing certain turmoils and anxieties, of course, but also like the temperance in the reverse talks about like imbalance. It can talk about chemical imbalance. It can talk about mental imbalance. That being said, people around you may feel or say that they feel or have been diagnosed with certain mental whatevers, and you're gonna be able to debunk those diagnoses by telling them like, no, the problem is this and this and this happened to you. Or you're gonna even just be able to see, like, based on their actions, based on what they tell you, based on what you hear, based on what you feel, you'll be able to say like, nah, what's going on is that you're still holding on to X, Y, and Z. These things are still in your energy, and because you're not properly processing those past hurts and betrayals and endings, etc., you are conflicts. You are carrying it with you in ways that make you feel out of balance, and you're gonna be able to pinpoint all of those things very easily, very swiftly, and to the point where people are going to experience a level of um like evolvement, you know, a level of peace, a level of they've been changed based on the impact that you've been able to easily and effortlessly pick up. And I feel like anything that's been going slow for you is going to pick up very fast, is what the better is coming. Like it's going to happen very easily. This. Anything else? It's going to happen very fast as well. And again, we talked about like the swiftness of whatever the transition is. I think we said something like that. And so this is not going to take any time for it to happen. The transition between the bad, the good, and the better. It's going to happen very fast. Okay. Anything else? Right. We said the distractions and maybe you feeling foggy in your mind. That's not happening anymore. Because let me say this. If anybody has been able to convince you or try to drop seeds of you are delusional because of the way you think and the way you believe and what you say and stuff like that. Anybody who's ever tried to make you feel like what your what you offer, what you is, the things that you offer, the things that you bring to the table. If anybody has ever tried to make you feel like it wasn't valuable or it wasn't needed, that is very quickly going to be debunked. And it's going to be debunked on a wide level. I think you're going to be able to bring people to a level of healing and a level of certainty about what it is that they can do to improve their situation, or different ways on how they can improve the way that they're seeing things and processing things, because the way that you're going to lay out whatever it is that you're going to be saying, people are going to be like, oh wow, that's immediately changing my life, that's immediately making me feel better. And you are someone, like I said, with a healing energy, so people are going to be like, you know what, she knows what she's talking about. He knows what he's talking about. In fact, I'm not seeing a lot of pentacles, but I'm just saying that if you do have a marketplace for stuff like this, or if you are in the market for stuff like this, you are going to be seen as a reliable, credible, practitioner, and people are going to be willing and eager to participate in any projects that you have, because you are someone that they believe in. And then you are someone who, whatever it is you've already shared with them or will be sharing with them, is going to bring them so much peace that anything you put out is going to also, they're going to be believers. You've convinced them, you've convinced yourself, and that's a part of it. You've convinced yourself that you are who you think you are, that you are who you've been called to be. And now all of this is just turning into a space where now you're aligning with that, right? With your higher self is what I'm seeing, period, point blank. You are becoming your higher self. That's what's happening with pile number 3. I just saw 1111 on here. Anyway, I'm getting off of this. I'm starving. Excuse me. Let's manifest what we want. I am in need of nourishment. And so I'm going to get up off of here. I do hope that this message has been able to benefit you, pile number 3, and all piles. And I hope that if you are into this type of information, this type of content, that you'll leave me a comment in the comment box, and that you could let me know what was, what your pile was, what you enjoyed most out of this message. And, if you will be going over to the Lotus Reiki Healer channel for other readings. Otherwise, you could tell me what you prefer to see, because that's a thing too. And I am going to go and get something to eat. So thank you for watching, Forever Friends, and I will see you on the next upload, whether that is a real, type of engagement video, or whether that is some other video that I feel inspired and called to put out. Anyhow, have a wonderful rest of your day, night, or evening whenever you watch this video. Happy full moon in Aries, and I will catch you later. Bye.